Welcome back, Kai. Week 8 of the season. Looking forward to another exciting one this week.
Yeah, Cal coming into town, their first away game and only away game in conference, so should be good to get a good match. And I mean, nothing but excited to play them. Number one is they're an East Bay rival. That's the most important thing. Number two is playing a Pac-10 team. Then number three is that they're nationally ranked. That's the last thing on our mind is the nationally ranked part. It's more important that it's the East Bay rival.
You're coming off of probably the toughest week of the season so far. First time you've lost back-to-back games this year. Talk about the team's mentality right now after that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough weekend. I think we played pretty well. We didn't execute like we'd like to, but I think we played well. It's part of the growing pains of being a younger team, and kids are starting to find their own, though. And I mean, the good thing about this team is when all else fails, they work hard, and their talent, along with working hard, will win them more games than lose them. So Tuesday we had a solid practice, 100-degree weather. There's no complaining. We're pretty battle tested on that after going to Texas and Arkansas. But they're ready. I think they've refocused pretty quickly on the next two games is the biggest games of the year.
Early this season, you guys started off scoring a lot of goals. I think through the first 6 games, you guys are averaging over 2. Currently, right now, you're averaging 1.4 goals per game, so that average has kind of dropped a little bit. Been shut out, in 3 of the last 5.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about goal scoring, kind of how that maybe has come down a little bit, and what you guys are doing to remedy that.
Yeah, I think first we're playing more talented teams, so that's going to happen, but that's still no excuse. I think goal scoring has a lot to do with confidence, and when you're scoring a lot of goals, everyone's confident and thinks the goal is the size of the ocean. Right now, the biggest thing for our strikers is the good old phrase, fake it till you make it. So believing they can still score, believing they're 10-goal scorers, so they have that confidence in them. The good thing is, with 10 kids scoring of our 16 goals, there's a lot of kids that can still kick the ball in net. We just don't have a 10-goal scorer, but we knew that was going to happen. We're very young up front, so learning how to score big-time goals in big-time moments is a learned situation. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it is the time to get a little more intense about it, but it's not time to hit a panic button.
Cal's coming over here on Friday. Cal hasn't left Berkeley to play a game this year, and they're coming to the East Bay on the other side of the tunnel to play on Friday or on Saturday. How important is that for Cal, or does that make a big difference in playing your first road game halfway through your season?
I mean, I've never been in that situation, being 11 games in and going on the road for the first time. I got to imagine there's a comfortability of being in Berkeley. For their freshmen, it's going to be their first time playing on another field with a different field dimensions. I mean, Cal travels pretty well, so I think the vibe will probably be pretty equal in the stands. So, I mean, that's probably going to be fine for them. But I think it's going to add a little twist. And versus a team of that level, we need a little advantage, and I think that will help in that advantage. This
is your last non-conference game of the season coming up. But, the last 2 have been tough games against Washington and San Jose State. And then the conference schedule we know is always tough.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing right now as you get through this and getting ready to gear up for conference season? Just kind of preparing for the toughest stretch of the schedule.
Yeah, I would say the last couple of weeks, everything was in preparation to be successful that week, but in the end, to do well in WCC play. Most coaches tell you every AD wants WC conference titles, and we're not a conference title team, but we're someone who can finish 3rd or 4th in the conference. So we're leading up to that. Minus this week. This week there's only one focus. There's no focus on the WCC. We're not playing Saturday's game to get better for the WCC because no one has the athleticism and power and strength and depth that Cal has. This week is to play Cal. That's the goal, is to compete at the highest level versus them. After that, it's continue to develop our team to be successful in WCC play.
Talk a little bit about Cal, what they bring to the table. 5-1-3. They just lost to Portland over the weekend. Nationally ranked in all 4 polls. Talk a little bit about Cal and what people would see in Cal coming in on Saturday.
I mean, they're probably one of the most athletic teams in the country, one of the deepest teams in the country, one of the most talented teams in the country. So they bring a lot of athletic, competitive, talented players to the field, and probably at least 5 kids with national team experience from New Zealand to Iceland to U.S., probably more than 5. So they bring that level. The good good thing about us is what we're bringing is we're still confident, and it's not like days of past when it was let's just go get 90 minutes over with, which I think is how St. Mary's used to feel about the match. I think our girls fully have a desire and know it all. Their job is to win the game, no matter what level Cal's at, no matter where they are nationally ranked. They are a Bay Area rival, and one of your jobs at St. Mary's is to win 3 games, no matter what, and that's Santa Clara, USF, and Cal. That is their job.
You guys have been busy this first half of the season, playing multiple games,
Yep.
back to back to back. 1 game this week.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that on purpose for Cal, or is that just something that
Yes.
just kind of went out in the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, Cal's a very good team. If we played them the second game of the weekend after playing Washington on Friday, it would be a very difficult physical weekend for us to do. So playing 2 games every weekend leading up, and now playing 1 game, which will have us a little more rested going to WCC play also with the 1 game weekend the next weekend. But now it allows us to not worry about the second game on the weekend on scouts or anything. There's one central focus, and it started 5 minutes after our San Jose State game. The game was over. We played hard. We didn't get the result. That's part of the game. Next thought is, how do we put ourselves in the best position to be successful on Saturday?
Kai, good luck on Saturday against Cal, and see you out there on Saturday.
Go Gaels.